Stop saying Un gave you a bad deal. When you became Un. You were bigger than Dane. You had a better deal than Jay. You had a better deal than all of them when you replaced me at Epic.
Cameron versus Lance on Rivera. Let's talk about it, people. This is Fresh Hiphop Opinion with your guy Oleezeh. Don't forget to subscribe. So, Mr. Petty Cameron is at it again. You can't get him out the news. Recently, he's been beefing with Omar Gooding. Quite an entertaining little beef right there. But now it's Lance, who we used to work with back in the day, before he really blew up. Now, a lot of people are wondering what it is that has started this beef, or this issue they're having. Lance has been on the Art of Dialogue, having a few interviews, and of course Cameron is a topic that's coming up. And people are suspecting that Cam is not liked some of the things Lance has been saying. And I never gauged that these two had any friction prior to this. But Cameron said this: "Shake my head. Yo Lance, you might be right, but I would keep my opinion to myself. Especially since I sent you over 20,000 in the last year because you're homeless and were sleeping on Jacob York's couch, freeloading. I felt bad for you. You too old to be homeless. Then asking for my connects for book deals, movies, etc. But I'll talk more about it on Talk with Flea. And don't try calling me neither. You opened this can of worms again. So let me tell you more ish that I've never said. Peace. And I don't want to hear it wasn't that crazy. And when a ninja help you when you're down bad, it should only be, I have nothing to say about Killer. That's my ninja." So from what Cam is saying right there, it seems like there's been a few times Lance Rivera has said a few things about him and Cam wasn't happy, because he put "again" in capital letters. I don't know if you don't notice that. But exposing that he was homeless, no money, has made a lot of people react to Cam, saying that he was just doing too much there, exposing that information. Nobody knew about the guy's hardships. But Lance Rivera wasn't having it. He's old school. And he came back saying this: "Cam, let's start with the money you sent me. I really appreciated it at the time that you sent it. I really thought it was a birthday gift. And for the record, it was $9,500. I'll gladly send it back if it was a loan. I'm addressing my gracious host, Jacob York, who had a $20,000 a month condo in Beverly Hills and hosted me while I was working developing Fulton Street for Amazon Audible for Fulton. And as it pertains to your movie connects, your Hollywood connects came from me. Check percentage credits. And don't talk on Talk with Flea without me. We can have a real personal discussion. And I told y'all in the interview, don't come out and defend those guys." And just like that, they put you and Fat Joe out there as pawns. I also do the Jada and Joe show. Fulton Street coming soon. Now that's fighting talk from Lance on Rivera. But will Cameron like being called a pawn? I don't think so. And Lance Rivera wrote it again since Cam took it down, the original post. And he said, "Cameron, because you posted your ill feelings towards me and then took down my response and blocked me, sucker-ish, I'll try another way. Yes, you did give me $9,500, not $20,000, like you claim, which I thought was a birthday gift, not a loan. And as I told you then, I appreciated it. If you want it back, let me know. And as to being homeless, my friend Jacob York, who has a $20K a month condo in Beverly Hills, graciously hosted me while I was in LA developing Fulton Street with Amazon Audible. And as it pertains to movie connections, I gave you the hookup. Check percentage credits. Let's do Talk with Flea for real." Now of course Cam is not going to bring on Lance on Rivera on his show. Cam is on his petty vibes right now. Everybody can get it. But this back and forth has sparked a reaction from some individuals close to these guys, in particular Cameron, and that's no other than Jimmy Jones. Of course, Jim and Cam have their own issues that they had recently that was aired out in public. And Jim, of course, loves the clout chasing Jim Jones. So he seized on the opportunity and he said this: "Sucker-ish, LOL, I'ma mind my business." And that's obviously reacting to who referred to Cameron deleting his response as a sucker-ish thing to do. But then Funkmaster Flex, Cam's good old buddy, said this: "Cameron, Lance on Rivera, hoping this can be resolved soon. And I haven't seen Funk Master Flex involved in anything in hip hop for quite a while now. Dipset member Freaky Zeke couldn't help but get involved too. And he said this: "Better run, the rabbit got the gun." Freaky Zeke was coming up with something random. But Cameron and who knew that they had serious issues before? I personally did not. Clearly they couldn't have if Cam just gave him thousands of dollars. But I feel like they've both been getting irritated by what each other have been saying in the media over the years, based on Cameron's response, and then when I watched an interview with him on Art of the Dialogue, and he said this:
"It's not a good deal. It wasn't a good deal, and stop saying gave you a bad deal. When you became you were bigger than Dame. You had a better deal than Jay. You had a better deal than all of them when you replaced me at Epic. But the thing is, you say what you want, I still own 50% of Confessions of Fire and SDE. Those are my masters. I'll just, that's the work that I did. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, I'm coming back for all of the shit that I put in work for."
Yeah, fam. And that tells me that has some issues with what Cam's been saying over the years too. Because I know for sure Cam has said in the past that his deal when he first got signed wasn't a good deal. And him going with Rockefeller kind of made him then flourish. And I guess has been hearing that over the years, and it's kind of giving him a bad reputation. Like he gave Cam a bad deal. But where's this gonna go next? Cam is definitely gonna speak on this on his show Talk with Flea, like he said. Is he gonna expose a bit more? Some dodgy dealings, some character assassination. The way Cam is moving, you know it's gonna be a yes. But that's just my opinion. I wanna know yours. Let me know in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. And for less than $2 a month, you can become a member, support the channel. You also receive exclusive content just from me. This is Fresh Hip Hop Opinion. Peace and love.